Hello, everyone. This is Russell Rucker. I'm here for another constitutional talk. We've been struggling a little bit the last couple months to get through the 14th Amendment, one of our Reconstructionist amendments. And today I'd like to finish up. And when you look at the 14th, and initially it gives Section 1 gives citizenship to the children of slaves. That's the purpose for saying that if you were born here, you're a citizen here. It has nothing to do with, say, foreign diplomats um, living here at the time. Having children, that does not mean they're American citizens. It has to do with slavery. Then you get into Section 2 and 3, um, which basically is giving benefits to the ex-slaves, and it punishes the South by removing a certain representation for those that were involved in the Civil War. Okay, and then we get into, there's Section 3. They talk about the House senators. People cannot be elected who engaged in the insurrection, which is the Civil War. And then we get into Section 4. And Section 4 simply says the validity of public debt of the United States, authorized by law, including debts incurred for payments of pensions and bounties for services in suppressing the insurrection or rebellion, shall not be questioned. So basically, here what they're talking about, in a lot of cases when the war was commencing, and they went through and they took chickens and cows and horses as they were fighting, that debt that was owed to the farmer, rancher, or what have you is a legitimate debt and it cannot be questioned. So if you had to give something and say the officer gave you papers stating what it was, you cannot question that debt. But then it goes on. But neither the United States nor any state shall assume or pay any debt or obligation incurred in aid or insurrection or rebellious against the United States, or any claim for the loss of emancipation of any slave. But all such debts, obligations, and claims shall be held illegal and void. So if the North was progressing south and slaves were freed, we do not owe a debt for the slaves that were freed or let go. We also don't owe any debt for anything the South owed. So as the South progressed, the same as the North, and they would take, as my example of chickens, cows, horses. The United States does not owe that because it was the Confederacy that took that. Of course, if it was the Northern Army, the reverse is the same. So that kind of wraps up our 14th Amendment as we look at it. And as I was saying, the 13th through the 15th Amendments, hopefully next month we'll get through the 15th. So that'll be the end of our Reconstructionist amendments. The 13th made slavery and involuntary servitude illegal. The 14th gives children of slaves citizenship. It gives citizens of the South, gives former slaves of the South, it gives them access to the courts and the same rights as every other citizen. And that's really what the 14th does, and it also punishes the South. So just to get a better idea of what the 14th is about, and I know it's misapplied a lot, and people say that it says a lot of things that it just does not. But it's important to know what exactly it is doing. It's basically giving the same rights to the black population that the white population had. And this is important under equality. Thank you so much for your time today, and we'll catch you next time on the next Constitutional Talk. Folks, have a good day now. Bye.